Welcome to
The International
Brendan Fraser
Film Festival
of
North.
Carolina.
We didn't even plan that. We are entertainers.
And we're the Bembridge Scholars.
Here to bring you joy and Brendan Fraser chit chat. By the way, this is Whitney.
That's Dizzy.
We are sisters and we love Brendan Fraser. Like, not in a weirdly obsessive way, but definitely up there.
I think we should just not try to specify the depth of our love because it's going to make us sound really creepy.
We are watching all of Brendan Fraser's films and television shows and basically like everything we can find.
In
chronological order.
Yes. What are we watching today?
Well, I can tell you what I wish we were watching today.
What?
The Mummy.
Naturally.
So, today, unfortunately, is not The Mummy, but
it is
Dudley Do Right.
Which I've never seen.
This was one that I saw in the theater a long time ago, and this is also one that I never saw again. This is from 1999. We will be renting it on Amazon for $3.99.
Ooh.
I feel like this is a steep one.
I feel like our outfits are actually really in keeping with this. You're kind of Mountie-esque, and I'm kind of evil-esque.
The film starts out with three kids, Dudley, Nell, and the other is Snidely Whiplash, and they grew up together, and one is very clearly going to be the bad guy. Dudley is obviously going to be the good guy, and then Nell is
She's caught in between.
Caught in between the two.
Fast forward.
Dudley is now played by Brendan Fraser. He's a Canadian Mountie. And Snidely is played by Alfred Molina. Nell is played by Sarah Jessica Parker. Dudley tries to save the town from the evil clutches of Snidely. Of course, Nell comes back and the two guys are kind of fighting over her and trying to win her affections. And that's the basic gist of the film.
Now, there's this other storyline that is woven in. And basically, there is a group of people posing as indigenous people. Now, they are dressed like a very stereotypical version of indigenous people that you can see in a movie like Disney's Peter Pan. Like in terms of how they're dressed, in terms of how they talk.
They're wearing terrible wigs with the braids, and
but the thing is, these are very clearly
white people.
But they are a singing and dance troupe with
It's
this
almost
theme.
like a Vegas style production.
Yes, it's 1999, but how were we still making things like that?
It makes a joke out of sacred, time-honored traditions.
I don't know what else to say about that. I really was hoping that we would like
Sarah Jessica Parker.
Yes.
I really did not like her in this.
I didn't either. And to be honest, I didn't even really like Brendan's performance.
I didn't either, Whitney. I did not like what he did in this movie.
I didn't either, but I liked his hair.
So Eric Idle was also in this, who most of you will know him from Monty Python. The thing that I will say about Brendan Fraser's performance is I am wondering if his performance was less than great because he was surrounded by actors who were not doing a great job in their roles. Once he was really only sharing a screen with Eric Idle, it was just the two of them. I started enjoying his performance more.
Yes.
And I think it was because he had a counterpart who was actually good at what he was doing.
Maybe.
It didn't seem like Brendan was really forcing it, whereas it really felt forced and overdone with everyone else. I don't think this was the right role for him.
No, this was a miss.
Save your money. I'm upset that I spent over $4 on this with tax.
I already know what the note is.
Dudley do
don't.
know. Oh.
Dudley do know. Well, I'm gonna write Dudley don't. Emotional depth. I almost did a 0.
There is a bit of sensitivity there.
That's true.
You know what? Maybe 3. There was a journey here.
He had to do some soul searching. Let's just pause for a second. After everything we've just said, I need to just reset my brain.
Okay.
Because I think I'm going to be way too harsh here. Mental break. I'm ready to revise what I just had. I'm comfortable with a 3.
Let's do a 3. Yep.
Ma'am count. Let's
0
get
ma'ams.
those. Comedic performance.
It just wasn't
that funny. Let's do 3.
The things that I did find funny, most of the time they weren't him. They weren't Brendan.
Yeah.
It was just other random
The
stuff.
floorboard joke got really...
It got really old. Like, he steps on a loose floorboard, and of course it comes up and hits him in the face. And if they just left it at that, that would have been fine.
That happened to him.
These shticks were so repetitive.
At least 4 times in the movie.
Yeah.
Best actor in a dramatic role.
I feel really bad.
This is a scholastic endeavor. This is the facts. The very subjective facts.
We are the Bembridge scholars.
We are the Bembridge scholars.
Sometimes we have to make tough choices.
What would Edie say? Evie. She'd say, my name is Evelyn, you idiot.
None of the other performances were good except for Eric Idle. I would really love to give Brendan the benefit of the doubt and say that this bad performance was not his fault. Okay.
Physical prowess and stunts. There was one scene where he was lifting weights.
We at least know that he was sitting on a horse.
He was sitting on a horse. He was supposed to be doing this really intensive mountain biking. They were like motor...
Not mopeds. Dirt bikes.
Dirt bikes.
It
I don't
wasn't
think that
him.
Was him. No, he did have to kind of throw himself around and do a lot
did.
of falls. I mean,
Yeah.
there was a lot of that.
He might deserve a 4. He still had like mummy muscles.
I think you're right. I'm being really harsh here.
Mm-hmm. Like, what would Elizabeth say?
That this was a movie meant for kids.
It was. This is not meant for women in their 30s.
No.
We're not the target audience here.
Or in their 20s.
No.
Or in their teens.
No.
But
this is made for...
if you're like 3 years old
and under.
you're going to love it. Yes, there was stunt work involved.
There was.
That was
More than
the
you and I
average.
could have done.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll say a 4. Hair. I actually think the back of his hair was the best we've seen in
really
terms of
good.
that kind of a haircut.
I would say this is a couple steps below Rick O'Connell for me because it didn't look as sun-kissed.
When I was looking at him from the side,
it was great.
it was very good. 8.5.
It wasn't consistently great the whole time.
8.25.
You're not going to go below an 8.25, are you?
No.
Okay, 8.25.
8.25.
Can't wait to edit that one in. Hidden talents. There was a song that was sung with Sarah Jessica Parker. For most of his part in the song, I felt like he was probably dubbed.
I thought so too.
But then there was a part where it was the first time they sang it together, and I felt like that was his voice just at the very, very end of the song.
How about getting hit in the face with stuff and not flinching?
If, like, foam rocks are being thrown at you, I don't think that you would really flinch.
Oh, I would. So that's a 1.
Yeah, let's do 1.
Swoons.
No one really swooned.
Yeah, SJP.
Not even Nell.
Okay, there was one time when I felt like she swooned, though.
Oh, really?
When she's standing in the garden with the parasol.
Oh, right. Okay, so 1 swoon. Temperature, when he was no longer a Mountie, I thought that was when he was really, like, at his peak in this movie.
I thought so too.
But, what's that saying? He's as dull as a box of rocks.
You heard it here, folks.
There would be no chemistry between the two of us, between Dudley and I.
No.
None whatsoever.
No. Do we need to do a scale for this, or are we over it for this movie?
Okay, let me think about this. Hold on.
I was about to drink my marker.
Ow!
Are you okay? Oh. What happened? Did my doorknob get in your way?
I think I hit a nerve.
I think you did too. Mm-hmm. I'm going to get you an ice pack. We need it.
I just want this to be over.
Listen, a 0 or like a 1 is basically if you get caught in the undertow and you drowned. Okay?
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
That's actually terrible.
I know.
A shark drags you down into the undertow, takes a bite out of you, but he's like, I've had better, and he just leaves you to drown.
You actually survive. You get gills or something, and you can live under the water.
You eat some gillyweed.
Yeah. And there's an underwater television. You're trapped in a cage, and you have to watch Dudley Do Right for the rest of your life.
Oh, no.
So that's a 1.
Terrible.
That's a 1.
Terrible. A 10 is Mr. Darcy, but like as a merman.
Ooh.
Wearing the shirt because he's a little modest.
Yeah. Yes.
You know?
He like flips up like a dolphin and grabs you. So you're out of the cage. Okay. We're approaching a 10. Then he like propels you both onto the magic carpet.
You are actually off the coast of Arabia.
Wow.
This isn't Hawaii. This is the Middle East. Okay, so when Jafar throws the bottle into the ocean, well, that's where that shark is.
That's where the shark is.
Aladdin did not survive, unfortunately. So you really just find like Aladdin's skeleton tied to the bottom of the sea. Merman, Mr. Darcy, finds the bottle.
Yeah.
Thinks it's just a who's its and what's its galore. And he's gonna go trade it into the local sea witch. But then he finds you.
You wish yourselves out. Now Darcy is a human. That's another wish. And when you get to a 10, you have another wish left.
It can be your wildest dream.
Yes.
Okay.
A whole new world of Pride and Prejudice.
Okay. I think I'm okay with a 5.
Okay. We know we're going to get out.
We're at least grateful that we're being saved. So
We're grateful for his amazing haircut, the short hair. I thought he looked really good, though.
no, I do too, but also his personality.
Is that really part of the temperature?
Well, I mean,
We just don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know the actual rules.
we don't know
of the
any
categories.
of these categories.
We
we don't.
created.
We don't understand.
We're just trying to figure it out. Dancing.
Well, okay, so thank you.
There was one dance scene.
but it was more like angry dancing. He did a great job with the bad choreography.
It happened to be like kicks and galloping.
Yeah.
Why don't we do 3.25?
Costumes. I didn't love the costumes as much as I thought I would.
Really wanted to like them.
The Mountie jacket was just so boxy.
I loved the boots.
I enjoyed the hat. I did like
The plaid.
all the plaid that we were seeing, and
All
also
of
all
it.
of it. And
Me
then
too.
also the all black outfit.
I like the suspenders.
He had some corduroy pants on that I really liked.
Yes, the corduroy pants were great. He had a really cute pair of pajamas on.
which was cute.
Let's go to a 5.
Okay,
It's good.
5.
I was wishing that they had dyed his hair blonde.
I think
don't
the
know
character
why-
would have been better blonde. Well, the red was like really bold, and then he was this is the palest we've seen him in a long time.
Yeah.
And then his hair was really dark.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of extremes.
Something was a little off. So once again, Dudley don't.
Or Dudley do know.
Either way, you get the idea.
So the final score for Dudley Do Right is
34.5.
more than I thought. All right, well, this was an interesting one, guys. This was
No.
Next week we will be watching Blast from the Past.
Oh!
Yes.
Hot diggity dog.
Hot diggity dog. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in. This was not a fun one, but we've had worse. I feel like this is just very symbolic, you know?
Of how so, Dizzy?
Well, I was vibrant at the beginning of this. But now I'm one-armed. And you know, if we hadn't watched Dudley Do Right, this would not have happened to me.
You don't know that.
I think I do. I'm not sure where the symbolism lies, but it's there. We just have to find it. We just have to dig a little bit.
On that note, keep it scholarly.
From the creators of Tarzan. Why do I keep saying Tarzan? The characters aren't really...
Like, basically, there's the TV. There's Aladdin's corpse.
So the bottle is at the bottom of the Arabian Sea. Is that a real sea?
Does Dudley Do Right have anything to do with Doogie Howser?
I don't think so.
Because you're in Hawaii, so it's iced tea. It's actually an Arnold Palmer that's spiked. What's that called?
I don't know.
It's something.
Hard Arnold.
Hard Arnold. With extra lemon.
Well, because Tarzan was made because of...
Tell me about Tarzan. I've never had this problem until like the last 2 weeks.
Try ever since
Ever since we actually watched it. We're gonna need to watch Tarzan so you can understand the differences.
Well, Phil Collins did the soundtrack to it.
So back to Tarzan.